Guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl dedicated to Tish, and today I am going to be showing you guys how I'm going to take my blonde wig from this little brassy yellow color to a very ashy, kind of gray almost tone. I'm going to add in a few colors and honestly just show you guys what I do when I do my hair. It's more of a like, this is what I do than it is a tutorial. So if this is something you're interested in watching, make sure you stick around. So I'm going to be starting with, like I said, that yellowy looking wig. I just don't like to wear my wigs like this. Honestly, you could just use purple shampoo, but I like to be extra and tone my wig. I'm not coloring it like I said in the intro, I'm toning it. So I'm using Wella's T15 toner and a 30 developer. And honestly, you can use 20, but I only had 30, so that's the one I'm using. But it's one part Wella, so you put in the container of Wella, and then it's 2 parts developer. So I just use the little container it comes in to measure, and I pour my developer in there twice, and then I use that as my guideline to mix. I'm gonna mix up that formula until it's like really weird. I don't know even how to explain the consistency, but it looks like that. So yeah, I'm now going to lay my wig out and I'm gonna section my hair. I ended up using 2 colors. Honestly, like I said, this hair took to color so well, so you can honestly just wash it with purple shampoo if you get this particular wig. But if you want it to look exactly like mine, this is that first color that I mixed, and I'm just gonna put it on about 1/3 of my wig. So I'm just going to honestly just throw that color on there. It's not depositing any color, that's why I'm kind of going crazy with it. It's really just toning the hair. So if I miss a few spots, it almost looks just like a highlight or a low light, so I just kind of go crazy with it and get it done. So next I'm going to switch to a different tone. This is, I'm actually going to put it down in the description box or on the screen because I forgot. But this is a different tone. This color is more of an ashy pale blonde. So it's like almost gray. Like you're going to see once I start putting it on my hair, you can even see in a mix that it looks a little bit different than the first one. So you can see that dye already taken. It looks kind of golden blonde already, and that's kind of what we were going for. You can definitely use that whole color throughout and it would be beautiful on, you know, melanin skin. But like I said, if you want to achieve the same look that I went for, then you can continue doing what I'm doing. So I am going to take that T18 and I'm going to use that throughout the rest of my hair. So yeah, I'm just going to pour that on and go to work. Honestly, just kind of mixing it together because I want it to like mesh, so I'm not like separating the hair with foil or anything. So ooh, let me tell y'all, so I went ahead and mixed the last batch of hair and I went into, you know, tone the top of the hair, and I saw that it was like gray. Y'all, I panicked, I freaked out, but it was all good. It just took very well, so it just looks like that when I dyed it. And then I ended up using lemon inside of my conditioner to kind of take a little bit of that gray out because it was too gray for me. I was like, no, we can't. I literally look like Grandma Smith, like, girl. So I did use a little bit of lemon to get that out. So honestly, and it's just the hair because I use this color all the time on blonde, and like I said, I don't know why it took this way with this particular hair, but it's all good. I just washed it with some lemon conditioner after I washed and shampooed it. Do not use purple shampoo. And this is what it looks like once I went ahead and let it air dry overnight. And I did a little bit of a rough flat iron before hopping on camera, so this is what it looks like. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and measure my lace. I'm just going to see where my lace needs to be, where I need to part it, and all that jazz. So I'm going to take some of my crazy nozzled, I didn't even know it was spraying that wild, y'all. I'm going to take some of my Got To Be spray, and I'm just going to spray a little bit of that on the front just to slick those hairs backwards so that when I lay my hair down, everything can lay as flat as possible. You can also see my stocking cap through. Honestly, I don't do the whole cut, glue down. I don't do all that because I don't keep my wigs on at night. I take them off like every day, so I don't do that whole process. You can definitely make sure you do the ball cap method if that is your thing, and it will honestly look beautiful, but I just did not want to do all that because like I said, I take my wigs off every night and it's just too much. So now I'm just kind of like slicking my hair back to make sure, it's like slicked down and it doesn't stick to my wig. And then I'm going to adjust my stocking cap. Also, you can make sure you use your foundation color, your powder, to color your stocking cap and color the inside of your wig. This step I forgot. I was able to go back at the end and kind of like swoop it up and fix it up a little bit, but yeah, don't forget, ladies. Don't be me. So yeah, now I'm just adding like a little thin layer around, like right along my hairline, just to kind of stick that wig on. This is also that Got To Be glue that I showed you guys before, same product. So right on top of that Got To Be glued layer, after I let it dry for like 20 seconds, I'm going to go in and spray on that spritzer spray, and then I'm going to attach my wig right on it. It is kind of wet. I tried to let it dry for a little bit, but I'm still impatient. Now I'm just matching up my wig hairline with my hairline as best as I can and spraying one more layer of that spritzer spray right on top, just to kind of melt it into my skin. Uh-oh, get that whistle. Okay, woo. Child. So yeah, I'm just smoothing that spritz. I keep calling it spritz. That Got To Be free spray along the hairline. I'm going to continue the same process across the whole top of my wig. So now I'm just using an elastic band, and it actually came with my wig, which was really convenient, to tie my wig down in the front, just to kind of lay my, so that I can lay my hair down and get everything, melted into my skin as much as possible. Next, I'm going to go in with some argan oil, and I'm just going to rub that throughout my hair, and I'm just going to give it one more little rough flat iron. So I am I am flat ironing in pretty big chunks. And like I said before, I did pre-straighten my hair a little bit yesterday. So if you are straightening your hair just from after it air dries, or you blow dry it, or however you dry your hair, you definitely want to use smaller chunks because it will straighten it better, and you won't have to straighten it twice. So I'm literally going to just repeat the same process throughout my entire. Alright, so obviously I did my whole head already. This is what it looks like. It doesn't look like much of a difference, I feel like, on camera, but it is definitely more body and it's definitely a lot straighter. Alright, so now I'm going to take that elastic band off so that I can cut my lace. As you can see, it laid down pretty well. I do have just like a little mark from where the elastic band laid. And I'm just going to go in and cut. I do have to like pull it back a little bit because I put a little bit too much stuff. So next I'm going to just use this little eyebrow thing to cut my lace, and this is where it gets really clockable. Like if I would have put that foundation on first instead of doing it after, it would have looked bomb, y'all. Like make sure you put that. But anyway, now I am cutting my lace off as best as possible to match my hairline. Once I'm done cutting my lace, I'm going to spray, once again, I'm going to spray my Got To Be Glue spray, and that's just to really mesh those edges in now that my lace is cut. You know, those raw edges that were lifted a little bit from cutting, I just want to slick those back down with that Got To Be Glue spray. Next, I'm going to pull out a few hairs for some baby hair. I was feeling inspired. I typically don't do baby hair, but I was feeling a little excited today, so your girl pulled off some baby hairs. I'm going to use that same elastic band to just go in and tie my hair, just to lay that those edges back down and to kind of like put my baby hairs in the opposite direction so that I can lay them down later. Next, I'm going to go in with my hot comb, and I'm just going to go through the top just to kind of flatten the top out a little bit. All right, now I'm just having a little bit of fun because I'm like, oh, look at me, I'm cute. Alright, so I went ahead and took my elastic band off, and because I forgot to put that foundation on in the beginning, I'm putting it on now. So you can see it does cover for the most part. I am going to make sure I put it on the inside the next time because it's just easier. You can part it wherever you want, and you just don't have to worry about making a mess with foundation all over, you know, your hairline and all that other stuff. So yeah, but I'm just doing it now because I want to make sure we cover that lace and stay with my skin. So now I'm going to go ahead in with my foundation, my powder color again, and I'm going to go and just go in basically everywhere that is supposed to be a part. I'm going to add that foundation color so that there's a distinction between my lace and my hair. So it looks more like skin and not just like see-through lace. And it doesn't look a little bit orange, but once I do my makeup, everything will come together a little bit more flawlessly, which honestly I don't think that this looks bad for me to do it backwards, but like I said, once I do my makeup, everything will mesh together and look. And get to the baby hairs. I am gonna flat iron them, which I should be using my small flat iron because I actually have one literally for my baby hairs, but I was too lazy to go get it. But yeah, I'm just gonna flat iron it. I'm gonna flip it opposite, so away from my face. And then I'm gonna put a tiny bit of Got To Be glue right at the top of the little swoosh. And then I'm going to, of course, slick it down like you would any other baby hair. Oh, I definitely forgot. I'm gonna have to make sure I cut it, and then I'm gonna use my barber comb, which is like really thin to make my heart speak. Need no one else. You're all I need. personality, everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly, can't deny. I got a crush on you, that's truly. I'm digging you, you make me believe your love is more than a million. So guys, that is pretty much the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I learned some things while doing this video, so I hope you guys were able to take away a few tips too. And make sure you stay tuned if you want to see the second part of my get ready with me, which would include my makeup. So you'll see how the whole look tied together. So I will be posting a video next week, so make sure you guys come back, subscribe, put your post notifications on so you can see when that video and all my other videos drop. Make sure you follow your girl on Instagram so you can see how all my fashion looks come together with this hair and makeup. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.